So, West Ham versus Brentford tonight, an absolutely crucial game. As you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm away at the moment in Bournemouth. So, sorry for the camera set up a little bit today. I'm not my usual place, but yeah, just an absolute vital game tonight, isn't it? It is absolutely crucial when you look at the games that we've got coming up now, the 4 games. This is a crucial run of games. Tonight's game, at the bare minimum, is a draw. Bare minimum. We cannot afford to lose this game. But it's realistically, we need the 3 points. I would say from the next 2 games, so that's Brentford at home, Leeds away, we need to be getting 4 points from those. So the last thing you really want to be doing is having to go and beat Leeds next weekend. It's just huge. So let's hope that the 2 weeks we've had on the training ground in terms of Nuno trying to get his team set for this and more organised and set up in the way that he wants it to be, that it's going to come to fruition tonight, and we see quite a solid West Ham performance, because something we haven't seen for quite some time. Although I would say that I've been impressed so far with what we've seen from the players' attitude and commitment to it and organisation under Nuno. I think it's been pretty good. Even in the loss against Arsenal, we didn't lay a glove on them, but overall, I thought we handled ourselves, kind of have a little bit of pride. You know what I mean? We didn't roll over. It wasn't poor performance. We just never really got going. But defensively, I thought we were pretty solid throughout. So it'd be nice to see us build on that tonight. The big question, of course, is the selection. In terms of striker situation, we've known Nicholas Fulkrug, so we'll come to that in a minute in terms of a team update we've got from ex-WHU employee. The added twist tonight is the protest or the boycott for the game. I won't be there myself, but I know that a few people are still going, but I do think there's going to be quite a few empty seats there, especially obviously with the season ticket holders that are not going. So I do wonder how that's going to affect the players and how that's the impact it's going to have. There's a part of me actually thinks it might be a benefit. I'm not sure. It's hard to say, isn't it? But it's, at the end of the day, the London Stadium atmosphere hasn't been good for quite some time. It's very flat. Everyone's very low at the moment. So it's not as if it's going from a rocking stadium suddenly to a very subdued stadium. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. So I'm not convinced it's going to have a horrendous impact on the team. Do you know what I mean? Although it's a shame, I feel for Nuno and the players, but I like the fact that Hammers United have made that open letter to the manager to make it clear that this is purely at the ownership and not at the team and himself. So that's a positive. Just want to quickly pull up the team news then we got from ex-WH employee going into this game. So I'm going to read you the update we've had from X. So it says here, West Ham going to the match against Brentford with Nicholas Fulkrug missing. The German has torn muscles, he understood, and he's had to be up to 3 weeks. Now, I'm not sure about this. I'm loath to comment too much on this injury because it just feels odd. Don't add up. I'm not a fan of Nicholas Fulkrug, as people will know from this channel. I'm not looking at this as a horrendous piece of news. Oh no, we've got no Nicholas Fulkrug. I think he's been absolutely crap this season, so I'm really not bothered. And I've got to be honest, I'm quite open to the idea, excited, should I say, the idea of having Callum Marshall given an opportunity, which is what I would like to see. I think it's going to be a mix of both between Wilson and Marshall. That's my gut feeling on this one. And that's just basically what's been stressed by X. He said that this means that new boss in his first game, the home game, should I say, for West Ham, he'll have to choose between Callum Marshall or Wilson, who will be leading the attack, although there is the opportunity or possibility that it could be Jared Bowen or Lucas Paqueta, which I don't want to see either, really. I want to see a striker. I think Brentford are going to play pretty defensive in this game. I think they're going to try and play on the counter-attack, so I think it's going to be us having to trying to break them down, and with that in mind, I just don't see the point of not having a striker. I think actually it'd probably suit us then to have the likes of Marshall in there. So I really do hope that's what we're going to see tonight. I think wouldn't it be fabulous? Can you imagine if West Ham got a result tonight and Marshall scored? It would be really could be special for him. And then now you've got the likes as well of Steve Potts and Mark Robson on the bench now working with Nuno. I think that helps Marshall. Do you know what I mean? They'll be saying to him, he's good, he's a good player, getting him involved, and I'm sure it'll be good for him to have familiar faces, helping him out there. So quite optimistic with that one. I really hope we see that tonight. Other news, Thomas Souček returns from a 3-match suspension and will be returning to the squad. I imagine on the bench. I'd be surprised if he starts. But saying that, we do need height. We don't have a lot of height in this team, and you look at Brentford and their set pieces, probably, especially with the throw-ins as well. I think that's something we've got to be really mindful of. So it could well be that you see Souček come into the team there. But it's where he fits, isn't it? And where he's going to sit in that team. It could be that he wants to play Potts and Souček, maybe Magassa playing a little bit more advanced. It's very hard to say. You'd expect Lucas Paqueta to be playing that 10 role, but I've got to be honest, he hasn't been impressive. So it is going to be very interesting, very hard to determine how that's going to line up. One thing that's come from Exeter, which is interesting, is Igor Julio, who's on loan, of course, from Brighton. He said to impressed in training. He's going to be considered for his first start today. So that will be interesting. Are we going to a back five? Don't know. Not sure. I really don't want to see that, but let's wait and see. Especially in this game, we do not want to be losing the midfielder, sacrificing the midfielder. I just something I really do not want to see at all. So, but yeah, it looks like there's a chance there for Julio to be making his first start for the club. Another interesting development, which X has said, is that the manager has been playing around with alternative players and positions during the two-week international break, particularly with those that remained. He's already stated in an interview that fringe players will be given a chance, and today's match could be the first time we see that put into practice. Very difficult at the moment to determine, obviously, the first 11, because it seems like there's a suggestion there's going to be a few changes. Obviously, Julio possibly coming in, possibly a different formation. I've got to be honest, it's almost like I don't really care too much. I just want to see us win. We've just got to win this game by hook or by crook. It really is. We need to get going. The run of 4 games that we're about to play now are so vital, and we just have to get off to a decent start. And no disrespect to Brentford. I mean, they've not been great this season so far. They've not been terrible, but they've not been great. And the fact it's at our place, we've got to send the right message and put in a good performance tonight and get a result, and just to show that, look, we're up for this. Because in terms of, if you're trying to lean on positivity going into it, if you look at our fixtures so far this season, teams we've lost to, etc., all been teams that were near the top end, the top half teams. You know, got a decent result at Everton, of course, with a draw. Beat Nottingham Forest, of course, they're struggling. There's no shame in losing to Arsenal. So it's not like we're losing to teams around us. We haven't had that opportunity. So this is an opportunity tonight to show, actually, we're better than you lot. We're going to pull away from this. And if we can get a result tonight, then take this into the Leeds game. And obviously, again, go and get something there. I think you're going to need 4 points from these 2 games against Leeds and Brentford as a minimum. I think we need to get 4 points. So getting off to a winning start tonight is so important, because the last thing we need is to have to go to Leeds and get the 3 points. But yeah, here we are where we are. It's we've been here before, and no doubt we'll be here again. But yeah, vital game. Let's hope hope they deliver tonight, and I hope you have a good one. And I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Come on, your ones.